Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be talking about Montez Sweat calling out Ron Rivera and the Washington Commanders, and also some bad injury news with Jamin Davis. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and the notification bell as well, and make sure you guys check out BetUS, link in the description. I got up today, saw that Montez Sweat was trending on Twitter. I was getting ready for my final today, and finals week is rough, but it is what it is. And I saw that he had a little bit of, he's throwing a little bit of shade towards Ron Rivera and the Washington Commanders, which is, not surprising. And the thing is, Montez Sweat's never been the one to really talk a lot in the media. He doesn't really give the reporters a lot. Usually when he's talking, at least with Washington, with, the Redskins, the Washington football team, and the Commanders, he was just, he would give as little of an answer as he possibly could. Every single time, that's what he would do. And then now I feel like with the Bears, he's doing a little bit more. And also, I've seen some clips as I was, trying to find some visuals for this video, some tweets. I saw there was a couple clips of him going crazy on the sidelines and standing up for his teammates. I'm not saying he didn't completely do that here, but I don't remember it. I remember Chase Young doing, but it seems like he's a little bit different with Chicago. And sometimes you go to a different environment and you feel a little bit different. But he said, or this is the quote from Daniel Greenberg, Chicago Bears defensive lineman Montez Sweat said head coach Matt Eberflus deserves a lot of credit for continuing to keep this team together because it wasn't like that where he was before. And he kind of talked about how players before were checking out and in Washington. And he got traded 6 weeks ago or whenever it was. It was a long time ago. Imagine what it is now, because when he got traded, there was still, a tiny little bit of hope. I can't remember exactly what week he got traded. It might have been after the Giants game. Whatever it was, there was still not a lot of hope, but maybe the fans still thought we would make the playoffs or had a chance to. But after that, it got way worse. And we lost the Giants by a decent amount, and then we got completely blown out by the Cowboys and by the Miami Dolphins. It's just been rough, man. It's been rough, and the players are definitely 100% checked out, especially these free agents. They're get me out of here. Let me just finish the season, stay healthy, and leave. And some of the players, they don't have a choice. They're under contract for a few more years, and they're auditioning for the next general manager, front office group, head coaching staff, the coaching staff, because for sure there will be a new coaching staff. There's no way Ron Rivera will be here again and this coaching staff. I think, honestly, I know some people like Eric Bieniemy. I personally just want a complete new slate, clean slate. Fire Martin Mayhew, Marty Herney, everyone in that front office staff, unless they really like someone, and then let the new GM decide if they're going to keep anyone from that current staff, and then fire Ron Rivera. I would not bring back Eric Bieniemy unless the new general manager and the new coach really like him, and then I would move on from almost all these position coaches that really haven't done a lot and are kind of Ron Rivera's guys from Carolina, or at least some of them are. Some of them have been moved on from, or retired, or just got fired. But the coaching staff's terrible, the front office is terrible, and Ron Rivera sucks as an evaluator. He really does. And as a personnel guy, GM, he never should have been the GM. That was the biggest issue with him. Obviously, there are issues with him as a coach, and there's issues with every coach. But you could live with Ron Rivera, the coach, if we actually drafted well and we signed good players. But he was the one in charge of those things, and he was not signing good players and not drafting well at all. So that's been one of the biggest reasons that we've not been great, is his draft picks. Chase Young, I'm not going to fault him for that. Yeah, I'm really not going to fault him for that, because almost everyone was saying to draft Chase Young. So whatever, not a great pick, but he also got hurt. Then the next year you take Jamin Davis. He's turned out to be an okay linebacker, solid linebacker, but that's not what you're looking for in the first round, especially for it to take 3 years for it to happen. So that wasn't a great pick. And you also probably could have traded back, or there was someone like Christian Darrisaw on the board, or Jeremiah Uso-Koromo, who's been a stud as well. It just wasn't a great pick when he was projected to go late first, early second. Jahan Dotson the next year, he hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't had the production of a first-round receiver. In his rookie year, was it was encouraging. We'll see about with the new kind of whole new staff. He's definitely a guy that probably has checked out a little bit. And then Emmanuel Forbes has been a disaster of a pick. It's not all his fault. The coaching has been a huge issue, and then also some injuries as well. But when you pass over Christian Gonzalez, Joey Porter, and Deontay Banks, it doesn't look good. So Rivera, the biggest issue with him is the evaluating. Obviously, the coaching's not great, especially the time management and some of the decisions, timeouts, challenges, everything. But the biggest issue has been the talent evaluation. And I guess right now he's kind of checked out. And he probably checked out after the Giants losses, both of them, because he knew we wouldn't really have a shot. And right now he knows he's going to be gone. He 100% knows he's going to be gone. I don't know if he has a house here, but hey, he's got to be looking for a new house. And yeah, it is what it is.
BetUS, America's favorite sports book, where you can bet on everything anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right, get a 125% sign-up bonus. And to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we are giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.
Make sure you guys check out BetUS. Link in the description. You get 125% first-time deposit match. It's a really good deal. You got so many different things that you can bet on today. You got some college basketball coming up. In an hour or two, you get NBA, big NBA slate tonight, and then also you got not one but two Monday night games tonight: Green Bay Packers versus the New York Giants, and the Tennessee Titans versus the Miami Dolphins. So a bunch of different things to bet on, and there's other sports as well if you like martial arts, horse racing, soccer, tennis, golf, baseball, hockey, so many different things. Make sure you guys check them out, and as usual, bet responsibly. All right, so we talked about the Montez Sweat kind of calling out the Commanders a little bit, and more specifically, I would say calling out Ron Rivera by saying that, the team wasn't together like it was before. And I don't think he's really calling out the players and saying they weren't that close, and that he's more saying it was Ron Rivera's fault. So it is what it is. Not surprised. I mean, I guess a little surprising coming from Montez, but not surprising that was the case in Washington. Jamin Davis, injury update. So he's going to undergo shoulder surgery for an injury he suffered against the Dolphins. He'll go on IR, ending his season early. So the tank is on. And yeah, this team's not great. Jamin Davis is one of the better defenders on this team, and that's not saying a lot, but he has played better, and he's made some big plays, had a nice play, breaking up a Jalen Waddle pass last Sunday. It's really the only thing I can remember because there's just nothing to be happy about from that game. But he's out for the year on IR because 4 games left in the season. So the linebacking core is just atrocious. Even with Jamin Davis, absolutely atrocious. Now you're telling me my starting linebackers are going to be Cody Barton and David Mayo or Khaleke Hudson? Give me a break. Give me a break. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But hey, it'll help us get a better draft pick. So it is what it is at the end of the day. It is what it is. But this linebacking core needs to be completely revamped. Next year. Jamin Davis, I don't know if they're going to bring him back. Or he'll probably be back, but I don't know if they're going to pick up the 5th-year option or not, unless the new general manager and front office really like him. But a lot of these, teams don't usually do that when a new regime comes in. So I think Jamin Davis will be playing for a contract this coming year. So he's got to get healthy. And honestly, it's very smart of him to do this because I'm sure if they were in the playoffs, he could have played through this. But since the season's over, and again, he's playing for money next year, so he wants to go into next season as healthy as possible. You remember this offseason, he had a knee injury, he was dealing with it last offseason, and held off and got the surgery, and that it didn't hold him back or anything. I mean, maybe it did, but he was out for a little bit of training camp or OTA, something like that. So he's getting ahead of that, and hopefully he'll be fully good to go by the start of the off season once they're starting to do drills and stuff. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.